All right, we are back. It's the FloTrack podcast on a Friday. I'm Kevin. He is Gordon. FloTrackPodcast@gmail.com. Of course, the email address. Going to preview the week to come, do some over-unders as well. Gordon, dressed in flannel today. How you doing?
Yeah, we were joking. We were like the Forever Young tour.
I took off my tri-colored hoodie before we press record. That would have made more sense.
I like this. It's like, it's warm. I don't know. It feels like a blanket over me, but not being a blanket. Like one of my favorite shirts.
Oh, really? One of your favorites?
One of my favorites.
We should do a
shirt ranking?
Yeah, top 10.
I know what number one is. This is my favorite. I have a real favorite shirt.
You said one of your favorites. I think it was your favorite.
Yeah. This is going to be a good podcast. We have a lot to talk about. But before we talk about it, how's your sickness coming along?
It's coming along nicely. I don't think it's dissipated yet.
I'm worried you're going to get me sick from doing this podcast.
Yeah, but the problem is, if I don't show up, then you say Kevin's faking an illness, and then you say something that, Usain Bolt turned into a rap. Well, I guess that is an argument for me not coming in, but you say...
Our podcast does numbers when you're not here.
Yeah.
What does that say about you?
That says that I'm holding it back, but then you also make fun of me, and you say, oh, you should have been here, you should have been here, like, he's fake. You do that little intro at the beginning, and then you say, I'm not sure, so that's why I came in. In my defense, though, I keep thinking it's going to go away, and then it rears its head.
Yeah.
I keep, now I feel like I have an idea of what's going on with it, but thank you, though. Thank you. All in the Game called you Lumberjack Gordon.
Like it.
With the flannel.
So we will say this is a crazy weekend for track and field. Bunch of live events on our site now. The BU John Thomas Terrier Classic is going on live now. There's a meet going on in Gainesville, a meet going on Grand Valley State. The World Athletics Tour in Karlsruhe, Germany is happening literally this moment. So if you guys, the main action starts at 1. So from 1 to 3 Central is like the main part of the meet. So check that out. And then also New Mexico meet is tomorrow, later today and tomorrow. And then also we have a
There it is.
Dusseldorf meet.
Waiting for it.
On Sunday morning, Central Time. So lots of track action. Basically, this weekend and every weekend in February, there's like 10 meets live on FloTrack. And you can watch all the fun action. So tune in. Don't just tune into us. Tune into the people that we talk about. Which is the track athletes.
Dusseldorf. So. Very good. Tampa Eagle asked about the sub pod coming this weekend. You'll see it this weekend. Adam wants to know, did you go to the Corp meeting on Wednesday?
I did.
Go to Corp?
Yes.
Okay. He did. That's why we started late on Wednesday.
Yeah, we started a half hour late.
Yeah. Gordon crushed it.
There's going to be follow-up corporate meetings.
That's what I heard. So, and they're all at 12:30?
No, I'm going to have to tell them, hey, we're going to have to...
Guys, some things are more important than this meeting.
Yeah.
And it's the podcast.
It's the podcast.
Especially when you get to mid-March and into April and May. Like, every podcast is crucial at that point.
I mean, I have on our calendar...
That's prime podcasting season.
Blocked off on the Google Calendar. So people should know not to invite me to meetings during this time.
Surprise hasn't gotten more traction.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what is this, podcast? Well, we're fine.
Yeah.
He can come.
Yeah. All right. Let's start off with, you want to do the Bolt comeback story?
Yeah.
I've fallen for this once before. I don't remember when it was.
You did?
Maybe 2 years ago. He posted a video. Might have even been the exact same video. And I got really excited about it. And I thought, hey, this could actually happen. On social media, Bolt posted a video of him starting. Not sure when the video was made. You have no idea. But it's not like he's holding up a newspaper and you know exactly when it happened. But yeah, I'm not falling for it again.
But there's no caption.
Zero caption.
It's just a video. It's in slow-mo. And the post comes at 6:36 in the morning. So this is early, right? And Jamaica time that's similar to Eastern Coast or Central Time. So you post it early in the morning. But I think more importantly, this post comes out a few days after the announcement that he lost a lot of his investments.
Yeah.
So there may be a reason for him to come back. Collect a few checks here and there. Get a few appearance fees.
Yeah, like I said before, I don't think that's the easiest way for him to get money. Maybe it means the lawsuit is starting. Just like he's coming out of the blocks. Maybe that means the legal process is working for him.
I mean, look at this post. Look into my eyes. Tell me what you see. Can you feel my pain? Am I your enemy?
Let's just keep this track related. I mean, what would have to happen for there to be a Bolt comeback? I mean, he left after. I mean, he's injured towards the end.
Yeah, but he's not injured right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's just out of shape.
It's been a while. We're on what, 6 years? It's just in 2019 or whenever he posted the video before, it made so much more sense. He hadn't missed an Olympics yet.
You're thinking it too much about like realistically against him and the top people in the world. All I want to see him is just on the track doing whatever. He could run 10.2.
You think he would come back and just run it in all comers meets?
Yeah.
And I'm the one who's not looking at this correctly? No.
Yes.
If he were to come back, he would come back to run because he thinks he can
but he could
get a gold medal.
No, he could come back for like a victory tour race. Like just be like, this is fun. I'm going to run a 70-meter dash.
Yeah.
So like there's no like comparison of records of whether or not I'm slow or fast. And he makes sure he runs against a bunch of people who will lose to him. And has a little fun. You would watch him run 70 meters, would you?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. And he knows that, so why not get paid to do it?
But I'm saying he can get paid for a lot of things. He could just show up in some commercials and get paid.
Yeah, but like it's more fun to do like comeback.
Why would it be a 70-meter race? Actually, I might not watch that just out of principle.
Well, you do 70 because if it's 60, then everyone's going to compare it to like top 60 marks. If it's 100, obviously he's not running 9.8s, 9.9s or whatever.
What do you think
so
he could run right now in
minutes.
100? What do you think he could run right now in 100?
Like literally
right now.
this moment. Like if I called him right now and said, drop what you're doing and go run 100 meters.
Yeah.
No warm up.
No, he gets to warm up.
It's an hour warm up.
Yeah.
Like right, but what if he's like eating right now?
He can't train anymore.
Okay.
So he could run
How about he has
tomorrow
to do it
the next day?
He has to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow morning, Usain Bolt, conditions, what's the weather like?
It's just completely neutral.
So it's outdoor. It's in Jamaica?
Yeah.
So he has home track advantage?
On that track.
Home track advantage?
Just answer the question.
Is there a crowd? Is there a crowd?
Yeah.
So that's going to like, if there's no crowd, there's not as much motivation. So there's a crowd. Is the crowd pro or anti-Bolt?
Pro.
Okay. So they're encouraging him, but it could be too encouraging.
Okay. To answer the question, can he break 10 seconds right now? I don't think so.
No.
10-1?
Do you know who I think there's
10-2?
people who might win gold who won't break 10 seconds right now.
Okay.
You think Noah Lyles would break 10 seconds right now?
Yeah.
Right now?
Maybe not.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying. What's the time? 10-1? 10-2? What is it?
No, it's... Oh, man. I'm going to get in trouble.
10-5?
I'm going to get in trouble. You're trying to get me in trouble with how I think...
Everybody in Jamaica, get ready. Gordon's going to say what he can run now.
I think he would
Can you break 11 right now?
Yes, he can break 11 seconds.
Can he break 10-5?
If he's out of shape, 10.5 is fast.
Yeah, that's
like,
and when it goes quickly.
Yeah. So I'm going to say no. I don't think he can break 10.5 right now. I think a month from now, he can clearly break 10.5. But like tomorrow.
Can't break 10.5.
No.
10.6.
No. I think
so right now, Shelly Ann could beat him. A lot of high
I think Shelly Ann Fraser Price can beat Usain Bolt in a race tomorrow.
Fair?
Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense, though. No, I can't say that. That makes no sense.
Well, you don't know what shape Fraser Price is in right now either, right? So,
Well, she's in shape.
Well, but maybe not yet because she's...
It's just like how out of shape is he? Like he posts this photo with his like six-pack abs, but that's clearly an old photo. But that photo was not taken when he posted it. It's GQ. So I think he, oh man. It's so hard to tell how fast the greatest of all time can run out of shape years out of retirement.
Yeah, it's just a fun prediction. I wasn't asking you to you're not going to get the answer. He's not going to do it, so there's going to be no...
Okay, what does the chat think?
Accountable.
Chat said, Andrew Franklin says 10.7. Adam Ferris says over under 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
King Naldo says 10.2. No, he's not running 10.2. There's no way. Anthony Rock, 10.8.
He says 10.8 right now, 3 months training, 10 flat.
Tampa Eagle says Bolt is not coming back ever. Whoa. Tampa Eagle have sources?
Well,
He's inside the Bolt camp.
I didn't remember what the reason was he posted the last one. But
I think it's to troll.
I guess I would do it.
We're falling for it. Yeah. I think he can.
Yeah. I don't think your number's that far off.
Yeah, I think he runs somewhere between 10.5 and 11 seconds tomorrow. Month training, he's under 10.5.
Which is still
3 months training. I think
fast.
If he wanted to, he could break 10 seconds.
You think if he trained for a year,
if he tried,
he could run 9.99?
100%. Yeah, I mean, guy ran 9.5.
Okay, that was long. That was 2009.
Yeah, but like
that's 14 years ago now. AJT says he's not coming back. That video is from years ago. Yeah, see, these are all the lessons I learned. Track, if you pay attention long enough,
more than 10 years,
more than a decade, the stuff starts to repeat itself. The same storylines come back, and you're like, oh wait, I've seen that episode before, and this is one of those cases.
You're just trying to make ad revenue off of the video.
I mean, repurposing old content is sort of a popular thing.
That's the thing you did during COVID, though. Well, not in 2023.
You got 1.8 million views, so why not, right?
Yeah. Okay, so verdict says old video.
David says he makes money from social media. It's not difficult to figure out. Yeah, so what he should do, if he really want to do this, just every day he should just go out and do like a really short run.
Yeah.
Like
10-minute stride. 10-meter stride.
And put it in slow-mo.
Yeah.
And then watch the hits pile up. But I guess he could post anything and people would watch it too.
He should just start his own streaming company where it's just like 10-second slow-mo clips of him running.
A stride every day.
Strideaday.com. Strideeveryday.com. Featuring Usain Bolt. And then he like gets contributors and he gets like all the famous people to do a stride. And he's just watching strides for days. I would watch. Who would be the person you'd want to see run a stride?
Every single day? Probably right now, Kipchoge.
Kipchoge would be a good stride.
Yeah, I'd subscribe to that.
I would want to watch like a...
You know how they do the time lapses? Oh, here's my face every day for 15 years. What about a stride every day for 15 years? A little bit longer.
See it.
More commitment to the video, but it would be awesome to see when they're just starting off and then the form changes and then it all just comes apart.
Goes downhill.
Like, I can't do it.
Pulls up.
Or one day you have to do it and you have plantar fasciitis and you're just like limping along, but you have to do a stride a day because you made the pledge to the internet that you're going to do a stride a day.
I like it.
Not your worst idea. Okay.
You say that a lot. Not your worst idea. That's implying that I have bad ideas.
Yeah, most of them are pretty bad. Here, let's we're gonna jump to more news, Colt. I'm gonna move this rundown around here. Last time we were talking about Woody Kincaid. Update on that?
Oh, Woody Kincaid, yeah. So reached out to Mike Smith, and Mike Smith confirmed that he's currently exploring options of what he wants to do because there is a high likelihood he's going to leave Bowerman. He could still maybe come back to Bowerman, but I think he's kind of taken a break from that group. And he asked Mike if, hey, can I hang out with some of the guys that are training in Flagstaff? And Mike said, of course. So that's why he's been training with some of the guys that Mike trains, the NAU guys. Mm-hmm. There's a photo of him with Drew Bosley as they're going to BU today. So he's basically kind of getting his feet wet, interacting with some other training groups, seeing where he wants to go from there. He hasn't committed to anything.
Yeah.
He's more just kind of figuring it out.
I would guess that means that he's leaning towards leaving.
Yeah.
Right, the group.
He's leaning towards leaving, but he's not. We don't know 100% where he's going to landing.
Yeah.
We don't know where he's landing.
So we have...
And, if you're fast, like, other fast people are just going to be like, yeah, come train with us. There's no downside for Mike Smith to be like, no, I don't want you training with my athletes. They're going to be like, yeah, I want a sub-13 guy hopping into workouts here and there.
Something I've learned, most distance runners like each other.
Yeah.
Because even when they're in different groups, like officially in different groups, they might warm up together. They might cool down
and
together.
And hop into workouts together. Or like the overlap. Like, hey, I'm doing this, you're doing that. Hey, maybe we can do two of our reps together to help each other.
I would wonder if there's a person out there who everyone's like, nah, I'm good.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
That guy?
That person doesn't know.
I don't know about that.
He's like, why doesn't anyone want to cross over workouts with me?
I've been doing workouts by myself for a long time now. Our listeners were on top of it, sent us some emails. Matthew sent us the screenshot of Bosley. Like his Instagram where they're doing a pre-meet in BU, and
Yeah.
Woody's along with them. But it comes, amidst this transition with Bowerman, where we see a lot of people leaving. The latest announcement: Amos Bartlesmeyer has left, has joined Union Athletics with Pete Julian, which, Amos Bartlesmeyer, not the first person that many people think when you talk about the Bowerman Track Club. However, it's just another name now. Like, the group it was so big before, and it's dramatically shrunk in size. We can throw up the Instagram post there. Start talking about a new chapter, and he's making a change. And then there's been later posts of him at UAC, I think on his page as well. So I don't know. What are your thoughts overall on this?
Well, I think it goes to the whole just like trend of people are leaving. It's not just a one-person situation. And a majority of this, the reason is because of Jerry deciding to relocate to Eugene. And a lot of people just didn't want to do that. And they're right. And like, I think most of these splits are probably amicable. But if you look at someone compile the list, here are the names that have left Bowerman Track Club since January 2021. So basically a year, the past 2 years. The past 2 years, Kate Grace, Colleen Quigley, Emily Infeld, Vanessa Frazier, Sinclair Johnson, Gabrielle DeBooth Stafford, Lucia Stafford, Mariel Hall, Gwen Jorgensen, Matt Senchowitz, Mark Scott, Amos Bartlesmeyer, now probably most likely Woody Kincaid. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, and some for different reasons.
Yeah,
than
they're not all for the
others.
same reasons.
Yeah. I mean, and usually end of the year, okay, contract's up, and they move on, or your contract's going to be up and then you move on. But the thing with this is there was a very clear situation that made the athletes make a choice.
Yeah.
Right? You're going to go to Eugene, or you're going to probably have to find somewhere else to train. And I guess since the group is so big, you probably get used to running with a group. So the idea of like, hey, I'll hang back in Portland and then they'll just drive up for some workouts probably is not that appealing. I know Mark Scott talked about that, transition to the roads. So, I guess it kind of speaks to coaching too, like what coaches want, because he probably had a good idea this was going to happen. I'm talking about Schumacher.
Yeah.
Or he could have maybe even polled the athletes, hey, how many of you guys like this idea? But he still made that choice, which makes me think from a coaching perspective, at least him, I know some coaches would prefer to do it the pro side, but he chose to have the powerhouse college program over this gigantic pro team that was one of the most recognizable in the world. What do you think that says about? Do you think that's reflective of most coaches, or do you think that's just a personal decision? And he came to it because he had already had the experience of being the Bowerman coach for that long. So he wanted to try something new again.
I think he's want to try something new. I think there's also more stability with the college. And
you think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the amount of pressure on like athletes and injuries, like if you're putting like, if you need to make teams, you need to show that like and that's hard to do. It's a lot easier to be like, all right, yeah, we're still recruiting well and we're still like going to Pac-12s and having a good meet or having a NCAA qualifier, and like you can keep that going. But like, if Grant Fisher gets hurt, if like there's like 3 of your guys get hurt, and then all of a sudden no one making a world team, and then no one wants to come there, it's like a lot of pressure to perform and be the best in the U.S. every year in order to maintain the status. And I just think also, it kind of just came to a run. Like he had his like, I think there was the big heyday when everyone was joining, and then there was no women in the group, and then Shalane Flanagan kind of inspired it to be like, let's start building up a good women's side of Bowerman Track Club. And obviously we saw what they did, and they were all making teams. But like, it's not going to just go on forever. Life does like.
Well, but it wasn't showing any signs of slowing down, was it? I mean, obviously Shelby getting suspended.
Yeah.
That changes the dynamic a bit.
That probably changed.
But there wasn't a mass exodus after that, and it wasn't like they were having trouble recruiting people after that.
And whenever people did exit, a new person came in.
The fork in the road moment was his decision to decide to do something else. But there was no sign that this was going to slow down. I mean, you could argue Grant Fisher is that the best hope for gold that he's at. I mean, Mohamed's gotten really close before. But Fisher, right now, could be one of the better chances.
Yeah.
I mean, Jaeger, I guess, too, during his prime. But he's up there. He's certainly up there with potential, breaking American records. I mean, we've seen what Schweizer's done and Cranny's done.
We also probably, like it's kind of maybe got too big.
Yeah.
Maybe it took a, what's the phrase? Oh, crap.
Uh-oh.
Took a like, wheels of its own. Is that it? It took wheels of its own?
Colt, you can chime in here. Help out Gordon here.
I don't think that's it.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like you lost control of the horses left the barn. Like it grew its own wheels. Is it grew its own wheels? That's the phrase. It grew its own. Come on, dude. You're killing me here. You know what I'm trying to say.
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's what this is. This is Colt's time. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, God dang it. What? It got too big and then like it grew a mind of its own? No. All right. I hate this job. God damn it. I can't. This is the worst.
I honestly,
you know what I'm talking about.
If I could help you, I would. I don't know. I don't know
what wheels. I don't think
Grew
I've ever heard that before. My entire life.
It got its own of its. It got its own of its.
Got its own of its own. I don't. Let's move on.
It's like, oh God.
Let's do one more news item before we go to Dr. Sander and invite Cole. Let's pull up the Atlanta hosting a street meet in the spring. Announced with this Noah Lyles video. Pretty exciting. Called the Atlanta City Games. Centennial Olympic Park, May 6th, put on by the Atlanta Track Club. We've, of course, seen a bunch of street meets before in Boston.
This is the people who put together the Boston Boost Games.
Moving it to Atlanta.
Ending, and it's now this.
Yeah. So two things stand out to me. One, putting stuff in the Sun Belt, moving it around a little bit, I think is interesting. Two, Atlanta Track Club is a really strong organization, right? Like they put on a very good marathon trials. They have a pro department as well too. So I'm interested to see what they do with it. I know the traditional event, they're going to run the 100 and the 150 and things like that. Uh-oh, what happened?
Took a life of its own.
Oh, that's what you wanted to say?
That's what I want to say. Yeah, Adam Ferris, thank you. It took a life of its own. Like
I know, but the wheels, where did you go? You were so okay.
Back to the segment.
I didn't even know. I thought it was a much more complex.
No, it wasn't. It was very
phrase.
simple. It was a very simple.
Took on a life of its own.
I'm a simple man.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, okay. I'm going to be contrarian here.
I like the commercial.
Here's the thing. Do we need street meets?
You don't like street meets?
I don't like street meets.
Yeah, no, I would rather have a regular meet over a street meet. I just think Atlanta Track Club being involved is a good sign for how well the meet is going to go relative to expectations. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm sure it's going to be fun, but like it's not the future of the sport. They like talk about like, oh, we're going to where the people are.
Yeah.
No, like
people are on TV or in front of their mobile devices. That's what you don't
need to be in the. Someone's like, I would love to watch track and field, but because it's not next to the Panera I eat at downtown, I don't want to watch it.
It's also funny too because on a straight track, you stand in one spot and just fly right by you.
It's like the worst viewing experience ever.
See it at all. Versus if you're in a track, it's like right in front of you. There's a big old jumbotron, and you can watch track that way. The Panera comment was.
But like that was like a line in that. Like we took it to the people.
Yeah, they always say that.
Yeah.
They always say that. I just remember a few years back, a while ago, it was. Is this done by Adidas? I'm assuming, right? Because Lyles is involved with it, and Johan Blake was an Adidas athlete back then, and then post race just like ripped the track. It was just like, this is a terrible track. Like it's all bumpy. It's because it had to be pretty bad for him to say that about a meet that his sponsor's putting on. But like these things aren't really designed for world class track and field. Like it's fun, it's interesting, it's a gimmick, and it's all that. But as to it being the future, I think that vastly misunderstands what the future would be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against them. I don't think doing them is bad for the sport, but we're not making the sport bigger by doing it. Like we can still do them and they're fun to watch. I'll watch it and like it's cool, but like it's not like, I remember one time there was a journalist somewhere, we named nameless, who thought it was a big deal that like the track meet was putting the athletes' Twitter handles in the press release. They're like, this is innovation. There are now Twitter handles in the press release of who's running the meet. And I was like,
Well, I mean, back then that probably was a big deal, right?
Yeah, but it's like, whoa,
Twitter's still around.
We have Twitter handles now.
I mean, if it was a MySpace profile, then yeah, that would be a bad call. But.
I will say this though, Atlanta City Games is cool. You know, the street meets they do out in UK are cool.
Yeah.
But we need a street meet in an airport terminal where you go from Terminal 1, Terminal A to B or whatever. I think Chicago is a good one.
What about
where you see people run from one terminal to another, and it'll be hilarious because you're going to see people who are just trying to get from a terminal to another, and then you have Trayvon Bromell and Fred Curley and Noah Lyles sprinting terminal to terminal down the runway. It would be the most hilarious thing to watch. That, I want terminal to terminal street meet, and then I also want a 100-meter dash on
Las Vegas Strip.
No, I want a 100-meter dash on a airplane carrier on the water.
Aircraft carrier.
Aircraft carrier, where the finish line is at the edge of the ship. So when they run, they just run right into the ocean.
Yeah. I think street meets would be cool. No spikes, like literally just on the street. Don't even worry about laying down a track.
Uphill. Downhill?
Well, they had that cool downhill. I remember that downhill mile.
Yeah.
People were flying. I forgot where that was, like Australia or something like that, where people were just like crushed. Like the guy ran like 3:12 or something like that.
Imagine watching like David Rudisha in his prime running an uphill 800.
You know, and Adidas should want to do it in regular shoes because then you can sell more regular running shoes as opposed to selling spikes. Yeah. All the games of street meets are good. Need a mix of them and actual meets. Thomas says, don't you think Schumacher has more pressure on him now at Oregon to win NCAA titles and having athletes make teams at BTC? Gordon, all caps, 2 exclamation marks. Yeah, I actually agree with that. On the game says, high jump, long jump, pole vault, shot putter, great at street meets.
Thomas Lesser, another bad idea from Gordon.
Shocking. Yeah. Tampa Eagle says, Gordon's insane. Yeah, we've heard that before. New Zealand downhill mile. That's right, David. I thought it was Australia. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's more just, all right, what is this management group going to do anything different with it?
Yeah.
Right.
It's just
this location.
Same people, different location,
Okay.
different backdrop.
Well, if you're saying that, then
different Panera.
It's probably not going to be, it's not going to be much different. Yeah.
This Panera might be a little.
Yeah. Again,
like
I would rather.
Chicken bacon ranch.
I'd rather see a regular meet. I don't think we get enough of the superstars running against each other, so I'd rather just see that again. All right. Next up, this weekend, we didn't talk about Dr. Sander yet. That's coming up this weekend. We did talk about the BU meet. So talk about some races to watch at Dr. Sander. First of all, we have this women's 1,000 where Sage Herta Klecker was going to be targeting the American record. And it looked like, okay, it's probably going to be her versus the field. You know, she ran 157 last year. She's a former NCAA champion in the mile. But then Aji Wilson jumped in. And if there's one person who should be considered a threat in mid-distance during the indoor season, it's Ajay Wilson. She hasn't lost in forever. So she hops in. She's going a bit above distance for her, running 1,000. That American record is 2:34.19. I think it'll go down as long as people get going. Now with Wilson in there, maybe she goes to the front, tries to control the pace, but I'm sure they'll have a rabbit out there as well too. But what do you think of this field? You also have Charlene Lipsy in there, Anna Camp Bennett, Sophia Gararian, Cinta Vissa. What do you think?
Okay. Ajay Wilson for me is a person I never have a good read on.
Why? This is the easy. Ajay Wilson indoors is like money. It's just like easy money. John had a stat in his Let's Run article. It's like, I don't think she's lost indoors since like 2019 or something like that. It's insane.
I'm going to finish my statement.
All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
She's a person I don't have a good read on because I keep on confusing her longevity. I can't grasp her longevity. I keep on forgetting that she started her career at a very young age as a teenager.
Yeah.
She was the Mary Kane before Mary Kane. And everyone was just the high school star who was good right away. And I always feel like, I think Ajay Wilson's, I keep on thinking Ajay Wilson's like, oh, she's like 33, 34. This is the end.
She's like 28.
She's 28.
Yeah.
And so
That's your bad for not.
I'm
looking at
always
Wikipedia.
wanting to be like, this is the end of the Ajay Wilson run. She's been good. You can't be good for this long, especially in the 800. The 800 is like, it's a strike it while it's hot and then it's done, unless you're like an outlier. But most 800-meter runners,
Yeah.
they're only good for like 4 years.
But did you watch USA's last year outdoors?
Yes.
Do you remember what happened?
Yes, she almost beat Thing Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's still good.
She's still good. And I see that. But then my brain's is like, no, this is the final year. She's not good anymore.
Okay.
I keep on wanting to say it's over, and then I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to lie. When I saw this, I was like, Sage Hurta's going to get it. Because I was like, I just don't think Ajay Wilson I think she's past her prime. But I'm going to be wrong with that statement. Because she's 28 years old. She's probably still in her prime, but at the end of her prime. I think she probably has a year, maybe 2 left of being prime. I'm running 157, 156 type races. So with that being said, I think she loses. I think Sage Hurta-Klecker beats her.
Well, you could believe that she's still in her prime and she still loses this race because it's 1,000 and not an 800, and that's her distance is the 800. And
Sage Hurta's a good miler,
right? And they both ran 157 last year in the 800, so time wise they were similar. Now Wilson had the better performances when it counted. She made the world championship team. She's the one who took Thing Mo to the line. But my thinking is there's just something special about Wilson indoors.
Yes.
And I think
no, you're right.
if you're going to see a drop off, you're going to see the drop off outdoors before you see it indoors, because she always comes in.
Interesting.
She always comes in shape, ready to roll. She's really a smart runner. She knows exactly how to measure her effort on these multiple lap races. And she just puts herself in a position to win every single time. She just got...
the world indoors.
Right. And you can be like, world indoors, different than world outdoors. Yeah, I get
but
that.
Still, that's legit.
She's negotiating through the rounds. A lot can go wrong, right? Like, because it's indoor and there's a lot of parity, you'd think she'd have picked up a loss just based on a fluke, and she never does. So I think she's going to get it. I think she's going to break this 234.
Yeah. I just think that obviously the women's 800 field is very compact, and it seems kind of hard to break up the Raven Rogers, Ajay Wilson, and Thing Mo trio. And I think I looked at Sage Hurta, now Sage Hurta-Klecker, as the potential next one up when one of those three starts to falter. We know Thing Mo's not faltering because she's so young. It's going to be either Raven or Ajay. I think one of Raven or Ajay is going to reluctantly pass the torch to Sage Hurta-Klecker in 2023, and I think we'll see that in this first race.
This very first race. You have a lot of expectations for this first race.
You know who Sage Hurta-Klecker is?
Oh, she's the new Kate Grace.
She's the next Kate Grace.
According to you. Well, I'm looking at U.S. Top lists from last year. Let's see how it went. So Mo, 156, then Wilson, then Hurta, Rogers, Baker, Allie Wilson, Nia Aikens, Juliet Whitaker. All right. I can see that. I mean, it's also, I think there's going to be 157 feels really attainable. Maybe it's because Mo and Hodgkinson are running 155 and Mary Moore is right there. But like 57 feels attainable. So I think we're going to see more people getting that.
Yeah, and also 2 flat's not what 2 flat used to be.
Right, and 157 is not 157 used to be.
Everything's shifted like 2 seconds. But I think Sage Hurta-Klecker defeats Ajay Wilson, and we're going to be like, whoa, Ajay Wilson's streak, her indoor streak.
It's a real streak.
It's a real streak.
And I give her credit for putting it on the line, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, she doesn't need to do this. She could easily just be like, oh, let Sage do her thing, and then I'm going to just go run an 800 or 600 somewhere else. But no. I kind of respect the move that Ajay's doing it, you know?
And it was a late announcement, too.
Yeah. I like it. And it's not just Ajay versus Sage. I mean, Sophia Guerrerian's in there.
Yeah.
Anna Camp Bennett, she's good. And then Charlene Lipsy and Vissa. Vissa.
Champ, too.
Ole Miss. So, like, she's still young, and, like, she's going to be kind of a wild card in that race. So it's going to be a good race.
Yeah. The other one, women's mile. I want to pull up that one as well, too. I mean, I think Monson is the headliner here. Everybody wants to see what she can do. You also have Tui in there, Waymit. Vissa's entered here as well, too. Whitney Morgan.
Wait. You think Monson's the headliner of this race?
Yeah, after what you see the workout?
Kalen Tuohy's the headliner of this race.
So you didn't see the workout?
No, yeah, I don't care. Kalen Tuohy's the headliner.
Monson ran 4:26 at altitude. Granted, rolling start, and it was 1600, not a full,
And
not a full mile.
And I'll tell you, yes, Lisa Monson, she has entered the realm of the best, like the Carissa Schweizer world of like, you're like she's becoming lock. She's becoming a lock type runner. Not you can mix it up with the best of them. No, you're a lock. And I'm not taking, she is a lock.
Yeah.
She probably will win this race. But the headliner here is Kalen Tuohy.
Okay, well, I guess we have different definitions of headliner. But if someone's a lock to win the race, I mean, I guess from like a interest perspective, people are interested to see what Tuohy's running. But I think, well, we'll get to this in the over-unders later. I mean, Monson could go under 420 in this race. Ritz said he thinks she can do, 820 during indoors? Which is just, I mean, she already made a big jump. So for her to jump up again really puts her in a category where we're talking about her for medalist at this point.
Yeah. I mean, this is gonna be a good year for On Athletics. I think
one person has run under 820 indoors, Genzebe Dababa.
Yeah. I think Dathan's
Schweizer's
group is going to have a very good year.
Schweizer's 825.
Yeah.
That's the American record. And he's
she's
talking
gonna be
820. Now
she's
maybe he meant 820 like broadly, 820.
829.99.
Well, yeah, that's a little different. Then that puts you a little farther back. But if he's talking like close to 820 flat, like this could be the beginning of something serious. And we see, I mean, all these people go on these indoor runs.
Yeah. Monson's going to win, but I think Kalen Tuohy's going to run fast, and that's going to be the headline coming out.
Well, I think
Monson's already good.
I think everybody's going to. Well, Tuohy's already good too. I hate to break that to you as well.
Yeah, but Tuohy has yet to be good against non-collegiates. Like if she pushes Monson and like is with Monson with a lap to go and then like falls off a few seconds, they can be like, oh, okay. Well, she just went toe to toe.
Yeah,
that's an improvement.
Yeah, but that's asking a lot. There's Andrews, Waymit, Vissa. I mean, it's a good field.
Kalen Tuohy's on her home turf.
Back in New York. That's right.
That's a factor.
Back in New York.
Monson, not on her home turf. I'm not sure where her home turf is.
All right.
She went to Wisconsin, but I'm not sure where she's from. Where do you think Alicia Monson's from?
Isn't she from? I think she's from Wisconsin.
You think?
Yeah. I'm going to go with that. I don't know. I should know this. Covered her.
She is from, yeah. Okay. Wisconsin. Amory, Wisconsin. All right, so
we'll get to the over-unders.
You'll get to over-unders.
Yeah, we can make the picks.
It's a great segment.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just excited to see what Tuohy runs against the top class of the U.S., which is Monson. So it's a good litmus test for her to see if, like, is Tuohy a year away or 2 years away.
But not everybody's there. I mean, not every.
Yeah, but
and Monson's a longer distance runner too.
No, Monson still. When you're Monson in a mile is going to be indicative of what you're going to need to be the best. That made no sense, but you know what I'm trying to say.
It didn't make any sense.
I'm just saying, I want to know, is Kalen Tuohy a year away from being in American contention or 2 years away? It's one or the other.
In the 5,000?
In just U.S. track and field, is she a year away or is she 2 years away? If she's a year away, she's not running cross country. If she's 2 years away, she's running cross country.
I don't think you're going to get that answer on Saturday. I hate to break it to you. I don't think you're
going
to get it.
I want to figure that out because I got to update
answer.
my rankings.
I don't think you're going to get that answer on Saturday. Sorry, man.
All right. We do some over-unders?
Yeah. Let's throw these up. Okay, so we'll start with the race we just talked about. We just wanted to pick the winner in that Sander 1K, right? So you put Herta Klecker over under 1.5 for her place.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're going under, you're saying she's going to win. If you go over, you're saying she's going to not win.
Yeah. So
I'm going to go over because I think Ajay Wilson is going to win. But also because the way you worded this thing, I get the whole field, basically.
Yeah, enjoy the field.
Yeah.
Because I'm going under. I think she wins. I think this is one of her first of many moments in 2023. And so I'm going with under. And you're going over.
I'm going over.
And you think Ajay's going to win?
I think.
Do you think they break the American record?
Yes, I think 234 is going down. All right, I should mention too. I'm currently 4 picks up on Gordon, doubling up Gordon.
It is still January. You'll be laughing at this statement back in December when we're predicting over-unders of the Bowerman.
You know what your favorite sprint coach used to say?
What?
Carl Lewis.
What do you used to say?
Win the heat, win the meet. Right?
Fair.
I'm winning the heats.
Okay, enjoy this heat.
I'm in the first round right now. I'm just going to rack up wins.
Yeah, well, you know, there's the what's the reputage?
Repassage? Are you in the repassage heat?
I'll be in the repassage heat and I'll come back.
You're just collecting dubs in the repassage heat. BU, 5K winner for the men. Someone picked this line in the chat.
Oh, yeah?
They were taunting you.
Okay.
They had 13:05.
13:05. So Kincaid is in this race. Joe Klecker, Johannes Reyes, Horace Payson, Eduardo Herrera, Jordy Bemis, Athanas Kyoko, Dylan Jacobs, Wesley Kiptu. No Drew Bosley. Bosley's in the 3K. Morgan Beetlescombe. A few others. Those are the main names, though. Really, it's Klecker and Kincaid are probably the two that we're really talking about here. 13:05.
Yeah. What do you want me to go first on all these?
First. No, all these. I went first on the first one.
Well, we already gave away what you were going to pick.
That's me going first.
I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over 13:05.
Really?
Barely over.
Did you not see the workout, though, they just did?
It's going to be barely over.
13:05:01?
Perhaps, but that's a win for me. I'm going over.
You going over?
Yeah.
I'm going under.
Of course you are. Gosh. This is too easy, guys. This is too easy. No, I might lose that one. I'm not sure. Karlsruhe women's 60 winner, which is going to happen momentarily. We might have we already had the round of this?
I'm going to check.
Because I guess that could impact your...
So No, we haven't had the first. We haven't had the first round. First round's in like an hour. Yeah. Round 2 is when the first round is. So, what do you? Kevin, we're doing a podcast.
Oh, sorry, I was checking my email. So first round hasn't happened yet. 7.04. What do you got? So you got Swoboda
You got
in there,
Dean
Asher Smith in there,
Tolu.
Yep.
Kambunji.
Yep. Asher Phillip.
That's you know you're baiting me. You're baiting me. You go first.
Over.
I was gonna say over too. I'm gonna do over. I have to. Over. I'll go over. I'm okay with that.
Man, okay.
I think 7:05.
Monson, mile, 4:20. I'll go under.
Did she say that she's trying to run fast? Is there like a quote out there?
No, she's like, I'm going to try to run slow.
But she could be trying to dust off the rust, which is running slow, which is when you kind of just like run a fast lap.
I didn't see anything.
You saw something. Why'd you pick this number?
Because the workout. Did a little calculation in my head.
I'm going to go over. You doing under?
Yeah, I said under. All right, 2 more. BU men's 3K winner. 7:37. So you got Nagoose in there.
So you got Grijalva, Eric Jenkins, Nagoose, Sam Atkin,
Garcia Romo.
Drew Bosley, Yassan Abdallah, Garcia Romo, Olin Hacker, Adam Fogg, Charlie Grice, Hobbs Kessler. Hobbs Kessler.
Hobbs Kessler.
Hobbs Kessler. Yeah, so those are the athletes. And you put the over-under at 7:37. That's quick.
Well, Nagoose ran 7:38 last year.
Yeah.
Mostly by himself, right? Or at least the latter part by himself. Broke the collegiate record. 1 second faster. You don't think you can go 1 second faster with all these other guys?
You're trying to bait me.
No, I'm not.
You're trying to freaking bait me.
I'm just saying it's only 1 second quicker.
I'm going under.
Good. I'm going over. Yes.
God damn it.
Guys, it's too easy. All right, last one.
I hate you.
Charles Hicks, NCAA cross country champion. He's running in Arkansas.
Making his indoor debut, I believe.
Yeah, good collegiate field there. 7:46 is what I put as the over/under. Now he's run faster than that, but his best time comes from UW.
Under. That's my lock of the week. Under.
There's locks too.
1,000% under. I should get double points. You get to pick. You get to do double credit for ones you. That's what we'll do. So every weekend, we can pick one pick and it's worth double.
That's the guy.
But it's also with double losses if you get it wrong.
No, that's not how. You're not going to change the rules because you're losing.
No, you do a lock of the week.
You're getting dominated.
No, hold on.
Just stick with
lock of the week. You're so confident.
I'll pick the opposite. That's the way you make up ground here. I'll go over.
It's not going to.
And by the way, all these are .00s. You know that, right? So it's 746.00.
Yeah.
So 746.01 means I win.
Yeah. I know that's why you got me on the 737 because he's going to run 737 and you'll win.
What if I win what if these are just bang? Actually, some of these have been really close.
All right, show it on the screen what we have here. Current record, I'm 4-7, you're 8-3. That's cute. It's January. Have fun with that.
I mean, some of the lines I came up with, though, were pretty good. I just want to say.
So
pretty solid lines.
Yeah.
Not all
I'm
over
saying
the place.
Herder Klecker's going to win. You're saying she's not. I'm saying under 13:05. You're saying nope. Karlsruhe, we agree. We both think it'll be slower. Monson, I think she's going to run over 4:20. You think under. BU 5K winner. I'm going under 7:37. You're going over. And then Hicks, sub 7:46.
And Bolt comeback, you're going under, right?
No.
Okay. All right. That's it. Anything else?
No, there's some other stuff.
Nope. That's it.
Come on, let's look at the run of show.
That's
What's the chat saying?
Oh, they're just making their picks and making fun of you. So, pretty standard.
Why are they making fun of me?
These wheels really found a life of their own.
All right. Well, do you
Cole,
want to
how
talk
long were you
about
waiting
NCAA rankings or save that?
We're going into reruns again. Gordon doesn't like the NCAA
No, it's not
rankings
reruns,
because they're
it's
based.
new.
No, it's reruns, just like the running through the airport terminals reruns. Gordon doesn't like the NCAA rankings because they're based on current top lists. So a team can run a time that's not going to put them anywhere near to contention, but they're just number one, and that's how they base their rankings. And Gordon doesn't like that. He thinks you should project.
You're like the guy at the magic show who tells all the kids how the magic tricks were done.
No, I'm the guy.
You're like, all right,
First of all,
thanks. I'm trying to have fun here. And you're like, well, did you know that magic's not real?
First of all, the magic gets done because it's magic. Thank you very much. No, we understand. We understand. We've heard this before.
I'm being a hypocrite about the magic thing because someone did a magic trick at a party at like a bar on Tuesday, and with the cards, and I knew how he did it, so he did it. And everyone was like, "Whoa!" And then he got up, and I just took the deck, and I just did the trick again, and everyone was like, "Wait, how'd you know how to do that?" And I felt like an asshole after. I was like,
"Oh,
I kind of
projection."
He had like a moment, and I kind of like ruined it.
Yeah, that's how I kind of feel like right now.
I kind of felt bad. So I felt bad by doing that. So do you feel bad by ruining my NCAA ranking segment?
No. Because the rankings, it's not a trick. It's just a take.
No, it's disingenuous though for us to pretend that
you said it though. That's my
Auburn's
point.
10 flat DMR is going to score at the NCAA meet.
I understand.
And that is a reason why they're ranked high. Like, we should at least have a little bit of fortitude to recognize that in certain events, like the multis and the DMRs and the 3K, they don't get their real marks until February. So if you need to pick and choose which events you only look at current results and which events you look at last year and this year. And they didn't do that. They just went like, well, if you haven't run it yet, you're not ranked. Because right now, on the men's side, they rank Stanford 1, Texas Tech 2, Florida State 3, and Kentucky 4. Should I tell you what the real ranking should be?
Why is Stanford listed as independent?
Because Pac-12.
Oh, yeah, indoors. Yep.
Okay, so the real number one team is Georgia. And Georgia's not even ranked. They're ranked 19th. Georgia is the best team in the country by a lot. And they're not even ranked. You know why? Because they have this guy named Matt Bowling. And guess what? Bowling hasn't run a 200 or 60 yet. So they're like, oh, Bowling's going to score 0 points. I think he's going to score more than 0 points. Georgia's number one in reality. Number two in reality, they got this one right, Stanford. But that's just because of luck. Number 3, Texas Tech. They got that one right because of luck.
What?
But 4 is a tie between two teams that have tied already this past academic school year, NAU and Oklahoma State. I currently ranked 4th, tied with 28 points. Isn't that kind of cool?
Is Georgia being impacted by the multis thing too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't you think it's kind of cool that NAU and Oklahoma State could be tied for the last spot in the
It's
podium?
hard to explain how cool I think that is.
Should they just wait like 8 weeks, like a college football, to put out rankings?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah.
They waited.
They should wait till February.
They should wait till like February. They should wait till after this weekend, to be honest. But Arkansas and Florida are still going to be good. So is LSU. Anyway, I'll break down the real rankings on Monday, and you will have to sit here and you will have to listen.
I'll have a deck of cards. So how do you do the trick?
Oh, so the way it was there was a picture of a card on a box, and it was a 10 of hearts.
Yeah.
And so the trick was, you're going to pick a card. It's going to end up being the 10 of hearts. I'm going to pretend I'm like going to find the card. I get it wrong. And he's like, oh, I got it wrong. Wait, actually, the card you picked is on the box. It was 10 of hearts. And so basically the trick is you force someone to pick the 10 of hearts. The way they did it was he said, tell me, you put the 10 of hearts at the bottom of the deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, tell me when to stop. And he said, stop. He's like this card? He said, yeah. So then he puts it down, but then he flips the deck and just basically finds a way to replace the card you thought you picked to the card on the bottom of the deck. So then you end up getting the 10 of hearts. You look at it. You're like, okay, I got my 10 of hearts. You put it back in the deck randomly. He tries to search for it, picks a random card. Is it that? He's like, no, you got it wrong. You're like, was it the 10 of hearts? And so I did that.
Hope you feel good about yourself.
I feel awful.
Was it a professional magician?
No, it's just a friend of a friend. And I realized like I was not cool for doing that. And like, I will never do that again.
Wow, you really had
I felt bad. I didn't even
soul searching.
It's like one of those things internally. You're like, well, I didn't even apologize because it was like too awkward to even apologize.
Do you want to apologize now?
No,
to the camera?
I'm apologizing just by talking about it.
No, that's not how it works.
He doesn't listen to this podcast. I don't think so.
You were yucking his yum. That's what it's called.
Yucking his yum?
Yeah, that's what we used to say.
That's as stupid as let the wheels take a roll from themselves.
No, I'm trying to look up what the quote was. Dang it, what was it? I can't. What was Gordon trying to say again?
It takes a life of its own. The Bowerman Track Club took a life of its own with all the athletes, and now
That's a positive thing, though, right? Like, take a life of its own means a good thing.
Yeah. Don't yuck my yum. It's like when he's having his moment, don't like step on it.
Yeah.
Don't just be like hate on him just to hate on him.
And I didn't hate it. I did it.
Yeah, that's like the definition of yucking someone's yum.
It was awful. I was a bad friend in that moment. But you grow. You learn, you recognize your failures. We all trip up in life. And I tripped.
I think you should apologize. Did he see it?
Yeah, he saw it and
Wow.
Yeah,
Jeez, man. That's not cool.
I know.
On behalf of him, I'm gonna be extra hard on you.
Okay, the thing is I didn't reveal the trick. I just did the trick.
I know, but he probably practiced and stuff.
He didn't practice. He didn't bring a deck of cards. The deck of cards were on the bar table. He just did it. And I know magic tricks. And I was like, oh, I know how you did it. And I was like,
isn't that violating the code though too? Like you're not supposed to do that if you know.
No, you're not supposed to reveal the trick.
Yeah, and you literally just did that.
No, I just did the trick. I didn't reveal it.
Yeah, that's kind of a
I
trick.
just did his trick
like a real
again. It was like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's not cool, right, Colt? What would Gen Z say about this, Colt?
Well, I think the solution here is Gordon has to challenge this guy to a magician duel. Mix back and forth.
Have you ever are magician duels real?
No,
like
they're
dance
not real.
battles? No.
But magic tricks are a good thing to know how to do. Do you know how to do magic tricks?
No.
You should learn a couple card tricks.
Yeah,
It's good for like breaking ice and getting people to talk and
being a jerk to
being an
people
asshole
who used
like
to be
that.
your friends. Yeah. Great.
I know, I feel bad. And this happened on Tuesday and it's still like messing with me on a Friday.
And you should tell him. Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Clear the air.
I mean, it's not like it was like the craziest trick ever. It was not like this guy was
now you're rationalizing.
like selling tickets around this trick and like I took away his livelihood.
One of our listeners says, I think doing it yourself is worse than explaining how it's done. Wow.
Yeah, because there's like a cockiness to it too. Like, yeah, I agree with that. Because people would just shout like, "Hey, did you do it this way?" Because that's normal. But like, if I'm be like, "Watch this," yeah.
And this is your friend?
Friend of a friend. We were both friends with the person of the birthday boy. It's a birthday person's party. We're both friends with that person.
What would your? Well, never mind. I was gonna say, what would your parents say?
If I thought if someone did that to me, I would have been like, I would have been upset. So
Yeah.
I'm recognizing like I made a mistake.
Yeah, like if you played a song on your guitar or whatever, and then someone comes up like right
Just-
behind you and just does the exact
same song. Or
But,
even,
but if they do it better, too,
yeah.
but kind of mocking.
Don't do your friends' card tricks. That's the moral of the story.
I would have thought you'd have known that though.
I did know that. I realized while I was doing it, I was doing something wrong. And it
You
just,
couldn't help yourself.
I couldn't help myself.
And now the Eagles are going to lose this weekend because of it.
Stop
My
it.
bad karma. All right. See you guys on Monday. Thanks for watching.
Watch the track meets.
Yeah.
EU 5Ks tonight. The World Athletics Tour is literally happening now. Just go to FloTrack.com. Watch it. Yeah. So lots of stuff.
See you. Thanks, Colt.